I'm Matthew Sorley, and I teach sport and performance psychology. Today I'm here at Carleton University's Ice House, home to 2 NHL-sized ice pads, Carleton Ravens hockey, and not just one, but count them, 2 Zambonis, whatever. Let's go ahead inside. You know, I possess virtually none of the attributes that are required for high-level athletic competition. No muscle tone, very little flexibility, almost no strength whatsoever. In fact, just looking at me, you can probably tell that I'll be among the first to die in the impending zombie apocalypse. So with the time I have left, I can think of only one thing to do. Let's head out on the ice with members of the men's and women's Ravens hockey team. Let's get our game faces on. Hi. Uh-oh. Oh no, 2-on-1? Oh! Oh, jeez. Oh. I've used the muscles that I haven't used since the 80s. Uh-oh. Oh, break away. Here it comes. Oh. I gotta get in better shape.
My name is Matt Jenkins. I'm in my 4th year here at Carleton, playing on the team.
Well, in sports psychology, we talk a lot about how you can use psychological skills to try to get that mental edge. What's your number one performance issue? What are you working on these days?
Well, as a goalie, it's a little bit different than some players because there's a lot of downtime. Plays in the other end, you have to keep yourself focused. So I think just finding little tricks and things that work for you personally, those are really what I've depended on. There's one little thing that I do with a water bottle. In between whistles, I'll take a water bottle and I spray it in the air, and I try to keep my eyes focused on one individual droplet as it goes up and down. So if I'm able to focus on that droplet, it gives me a little bit of comfort and safety that I can mentally think about that as a puck, and then next puck I'll just try to do the same thing.
Right, and that you've incorporated that into kind of your pre-play routine to help smooth from being inactive to suddenly having to be active.
Yeah, exactly. So even though you're here for 60 minutes, there's not a lot of rest time. You're always thinking about what's going to happen or what you have to do or what you just did or what you should be doing. So I think it's really important to have those little things that you find comfort in.
So grade my performance on a scale of 1 to 10 today. How'd I do?
-2.
-2?
Yeah, but improvement though. Yeah, improvement is the key. So next time you'll be -1.
-1.
Yeah.
All right. Good stuff. Thank you, Matt.
No problem.
Oh, geez.
My name is Jennifer. I play for the Carleton women's hockey team. I'm a defenseman.
All right. Graceful as a swan, as always. So every athlete has some kind of a performance issue that they're trying to work on. Right now, what's yours?
Personally, mine is just to stay focused the whole game and kind of get more of an offensive, defensive style play.
What sort of techniques do you use to try to lock yourself in?
Personally, I use one word.
Okay, so for you, it's all about self-talk. There's that voice that's talking to you at various points throughout the game, and you're trying to control it.
Yes, just so it's always positive self-talk.
Okay, give us an example of the positive word or positive self-talk that you're using.
For me, mine is just passion. Just to remind you that you're here to have fun, you have passion for the game, you love it, you've always loved it.
Right, since in psychology we talk about high levels of intrinsic motivation.
Yes.
Right, that's what brought you into the game and that's what is keeping you here. Jeez. You know what I think we need right now?
What?
I think we need a coach's perspective. If only I'd been talking with the coach earlier today. Hey, we're here with Pierre Alain, who's the coach of the Carleton University Ravens women's hockey team. And Pierre, you have a pretty extensive background in sports psychology, and so I was wondering if you could tell us how does that sort of bleed into what you do every day around the ice house?
I've learned a lot about relationship with the athletes, about how to create links with the athletes. And I really like to have like a captain core that I can meet on a regular basis and have them participate in those team decisions, even on the ice, but also a lot about life, about school, about what's going on the team, and I really enjoy like that part with the athletes.
Right, in some ways it sounds like you're able to take the temperature of the team and then figure out what might need to be addressed along the way.
Exactly.
While also really emphasizing a sense of ownership among your players in terms of process.
Yeah. When they feel involved, in the whole thing, like they react very, very well.
Do you have a specific example of how you use sports psych in terms of your
I
process?
use the simple hamburger theory: positive, corrective, positive.
So if a player has a particular action, then you'll offer a positive comment, then some corrective instruction, and then followed up by some additional positive.
Yep.
Well, that's okay. I mean, you had me at hamburger, so that's good. I couldn't help but notice in your office you have a picture of a baseball player.
Yes, I do. I'm a very good friend with Russell Martin. Russell is the #1 catcher with the Toronto Blue Jays that I met because I taught him a couple of years in high school. So we still have a pretty good relationship.
All right, Toronto Blue Jays, I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with that team.
But you're not?
No.
My name is Leah Scott. It's my 3rd year here playing for the women's team. I am a right wing.
Every player is working on some kind of a performance issue. What are you doing these days? What are you worried about?
I'm just worried about staying focused during games. I know it's hard sometimes to keep that level of focus when everything is going on around you.
Okay, how do you do that?
We have a list of goals we have for every game, so whether it's getting the first shot on net, getting it out every time, making good passes, whatever, so trying to stay focused on those little things keeps you in the game the entire time.
And do you find that's helpful in terms of just setting those goals?
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
Right. Okay. Now in your locker room, there's a banner. Tell us a little bit about what it is and how that came to be.
It says teamwork makes the dream work, so that's something we have on everything. So we have it on the back of our t-shirts, in our locker room, on our banners. That's just a reminder that if we work together, I mean, we can achieve whatever we need to, so yeah.
I see you have the C on your jersey. What does that mean to you?
It means a lot. I really care about my teammates, and if ever they need anything, I'm here, playing by example, leading by example, doing what you need to do, keeping your head down, working hard. Yeah.
Well, certainly from what I hear, the team is heading in the right direction.
Yep.
Right, thank you.
Sure, no worries.
I'm Alex Boving. It's my 3rd year here with the Ravens. I'm in a law program here, and I play with the men's hockey team.
What performance issue are you working on these days?
I think basically for me right now is just trying to stay positive with myself. I've had a little tough stretch of a couple games, and it's easy, I think, to get down on yourself. There's going to be some shifts or some times where you're just not going to get the bounces or you're not going to do great, and it's just about trying to stay on top of things, and I think that's individually and amongst your team too, or your line.
Right, so when you're going through one of those rough patches, what are you saying to yourself?
Oh, it's not always easy, but I think it's just visualizing the next play, thinking about what you did in the past, what you could do better.
Right, so you're using imagery and visualization to try to imagine those instances in which you've been really successful in the past.
Yeah, and I think we're pretty lucky here. We actually have the video of the game, so afterwards you can go on and take a look at your shifts and see what you did good, see what you did bad.
So be honest with me, were you physically intimidated by me out on the ice?
Yeah, very much so.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. I think it's the red jersey. Yeah, you held your own.
All right, thank you. Good man. Thanks for lying.
Oh yeah.
Well, the Carleton Ravens really took it to the mat out there, and they were really good sports. But sports psychology, it's all about trying to understand how we can use psychological skills to create climates that allow our physical skills to thrive, and maybe we become just a little bit closer towards realizing our potential. But you know what? The only potential I want to realize right now is maybe for a really good nap, and perhaps later, some emergency spinal surgery. Oh yeah. Oh, that's the stuff. Yeah. Too far. Ooh. That had some heat on it. How many style points do I get for that one? See, the problem I was having was that line earlier is I kept falling over it. The middle-aged gray-haired man needs to get a workout. Let's head out onto the ice with the men's of them. It was going so well, too. In my sport, and perhaps even some emergency spinal surgery.